Hey y'all, in today's video, I will show you how to create these three beautiful sun catchers using a mix of upcycled materials and window film. So for our first craft, we're making this beautiful butterfly using pressed flowers and clear shipping tape. You can use your own pressed flowers for this craft, or you can also purchase flowers from Amazon. I will have those linked below for you. So this is my clear shipping tape that I use for our small business during the week, and you would just stretch out a single piece of this and lay the sticky side up. Next, you'll pick out the flowers that you want to use. This is the perfect time to use those thick flowers or ripped flowers or even single petals that you normally can't use for flower jars or some of those other crafts that I've shared with you. And you can fill up your tape as much as you want. The more flowers you use, the prettier as the sun shines through them. And you may have some trouble with your finger getting stuck to the tape, but just press on another flower to release your finger to keep from lifting the tape and messing it up. So the easiest way I've found to add the second layer of tape is to stretch out another strip of tape and lay that directly on top of the other. It's okay if it's not perfect or completely aligned, as you can and usually will trim that off later. And I just do a little gentle press over them to secure them together. And now you have this beautiful strip of flowers safely secured inside the tape. You will just need to repeat this process typically 3 more times depending on how big your butterfly or dragonfly is. I always make extra just in case, as I'd rather have too much than too little and have to stop and make more later. So now that we have all of our flower strips made, we can move on to making our butterfly shape. I'm using a paper covered floral wire that I got from Amazon, but you can also use any type of rope or wired twine that you have on hand. You can typically find these at Dollar Tree or a craft store. So to start off, we're making a loop for our first wing and twisting that in together. And then on that same piece, we're going to create another loop. We're going to try to keep these the same size. And again, you're just going to twist that middle together. And then I usually stretch it out a little bit and then create my third loop. We're going to do the same thing, just wrapping it right around that center. You can do a little adjusting if you need to, and then create our fourth wing. So these two are a little bit smaller. They're going to be the bottom side of the butterfly. And this wire isn't as thick, so I can trim it with my scissors, and I'm just going to take that little tail piece and wrap it right through the center to secure all of my wings together. And you do want to try to press that down as flat as possible, as you will glue a little body on there later. And then you can just adjust it and shape it as needed. And now we can add our flowers to it. So the tape strip isn't wide enough to cover the entire wing. So what I usually do is piece in one half of it first and then just add the other half to it. So I start by running a thin line of hot glue right along the top side of the wing, and then you will place your tape right on top of that. Gently press over it and be careful not to burn yourself, as it is a very little space to work with your glue. And once you have that stuck in place, you can trim along the edges with your scissors. It's usually easier to do this from the back side of it. And then once you turn it over, you can see just how pretty that is so far. Now this is the part where you can piece in another one to fill in our wings. So I'm just running another thin line of hot glue, and then just figuring out where I want to place my flowers, and then just gently pressing that against the wing. And it's okay if it overlaps a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up for this either. It's actually best to have a little overlap in the center part of the wing. You'll see up close you can kind of notice that, but from far away you really can't notice it. Now we're just going to repeat this process on the rest of our wings, just filling them all in. My bottom wings were small enough to where I could just use one piece of tape, so that works out nicely and makes it a little easier. So now we just need to add the body and the hanger. For this part, you can use rope, or you can use beads, or whatever you have on hand or prefer to use. So I'm using these sparkly beads that I had that I thought would be perfect for this, and just wrapping a piece of twine around the body to secure it and also to create the hanger. So this is how it looks without the sunlight, so it's really pretty even without the sun, which would preserve them, as the direct sunlight will fade them over time, but when you put them in the sunlight, it brings out all those beautiful colors. Now on to our next craft of making this beautiful rainbow effect dragonfly and butterfly. I made this dragonfly last summer and it went super viral on Facebook. You can hang it in your window or you can stick it in your garden to create a beautiful rainbow effect. You will need window film for this craft. You can find this on Amazon or Home Depot or even Walmart. I will have it linked down below for you guys. So we're starting this the same way as the other one. I'm using my floral wire for this, but you can use rope or twine or whatever you have on hand. And again, we're making our loops and keeping them all in one piece, and then wrapping it through the center to secure them, and making any little adjustments as you go or as needed. And I'm just going to shape mine up to give them more of a butterfly shape. The last craft that I just shared with y'all was a little more like a dragonfly shape, but honestly, none of that really matters. It's all in your preference on how you want it to look. It doesn't have to be perfect and it doesn't have to be real life. Now we're going to take our window film and remove that protective cover off, and I got asked a lot if it was sticky, and it is not. It's basically exactly like a window cling. So now we're going to take our little butterfly shape. You're just going to figure out which side that you want to be the front and also how you want the design to be displayed. Then I run a thin line of hot glue, and I usually do one side at a time so I don't have to rush the placement. So you'll just lay your window film right on top of that hot glue, just gently press over it, again being careful and try not to burn yourself, and just repeat that same process for the other side. You can also do this piece by piece if you prefer. I believe that's how I did my dragonfly for the first time that I crafted this. So now that we have it completely glued, we just need to go in and trim off those edges. So just the same thing as we did our last little craft, just trim right around the edges as much as possible. And once you have it completely trimmed like this, now all we'll need to do is add our little body for our butterfly. So I'm using a wooden dowel for this and just running some hot glue onto that, and then just sliding some beads down onto there because I really like the look of these beads as the body for my little butterfly. And if you want to stick this in the ground outside, you could just leave that little excess piece of the wooden dowel on it, but I trimmed mine off because I did plan on hanging this in the window. And I did the same process for the hanger on this butterfly as well. So this is how it looks in the window and out in the yard, so it's really pretty no matter how it's displayed, but of course that beautiful rainbow effect is the best part in my opinion. So now for our final craft of making this stained glass sunflower, I'm using this plastic top from a strawberry container that we had, but you could use a plastic bottle or other plastics that you want to recycle laying around your house. And for our stained glass paint, we're just going to use some Elmer's clear glue and some apple barrel paint. Preferably you do want to use a gloss paint instead of a matte or a chalk paint, as those may not be as translucent. And you're just going to take a little dab of your paint. You don't want a whole lot of this because you don't want to make it too cloudy. I do end up doing about 2 dots into mine. You can also use food coloring instead if you don't want to use the paint. Now we can paint our little sunflower, and you don't want to be too heavy with this part as it may run later on when it's drying, so try to keep it down to 1 coat if you can. If your color isn't as bright as you'd like though, you can add another layer if needed, because even if it does run a bit, we do have a solution for that, so don't let that part intimidate you or discourage you. For the center of my flower, I was using this matte paint because I wanted to test it out just to see how much of a difference it would look compared to the gloss paint. And honestly, y'all, I don't know if it's because I didn't use a whole lot of the brown, but it really didn't make a huge difference. So honestly, if you don't have gloss paint on hand and you only have the matte, you can use that and it should be fine. Just try not to use too much paint, as I use very little of the matte for mine. So now that I painted my little sunflower, I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. You'll see how thick I kind of have mine from the side there. This is how it looks once it dried. So you'll see the center kind of grew a little more on it. It ran a little bit on the edges of my petals as well. But this is how we're going to fix that. We're going to do a little outlining with an acrylic paint pen. You may also be able to use a Sharpie. I really wanted to test that, but I couldn't find my Sharpie. So I just used the paint pen for mine. And you don't have to be perfect with this because remember, we're going to cut this out. So just do a little rough outline. It doesn't have to be super solid. You can make it a little more like a doodle or a little sketch. I kind of go a little crazy with the center and just kind of add a bunch of different little lines to try to cover up all of that extra bleed there where it's not super round, and just try to take away from you being able to see that it wasn't perfect. I also like adding little random lines in my petals as well, just to give them a little depth. I usually do add white as well, but I didn't do it this time because I wasn't too sure if that would kind of throw it off. So now we'll just need to cut out our sunflower, and this part can be a little bit tedious, but just to make it easier, I just cut a little V shape right between the petals and just do that all the way around, and then just go back and trim off any extra little pieces or little tips on it. So now mine is completely cut out, so this is how it looks. And honestly, at this point, y'all, I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with this. I was planning on hanging it in the window, but then I decided that I would make a little stand for it. So I just glued a little wooden dowel on the back side of it. I tried to do it right between the lines so it wouldn't be as noticeable when you seen through it. And then just added a cute little bow, of course. Always gotta add a cute little bow. And then to make its little platform, I'm using 2 wood slices and just gluing those 2 together. Now you could just drill a hole into your wood slices to stand your little sunflower in, but I'm using some beads just to make this part easier for people that don't have a drill. And just using those as an extra support to glue it down to the wood slices. You can see how beautiful this looks just sitting in the window, letting the sun shine through it. And that's how you make all three of these beautiful little sun catchers. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.